Welcome to the Everything Podcast. This episode I'm going to be recapping season one of Big Boys, which is a Channel 4 comedy that was originally released between 2022 and 2024, I think. Or five, I can't remember. We'll go through that in future episodes. But yeah, as I said, I'm going to be recapping season one of Big Boys. But before I do, I'm recording this episode on Monday the 4th of May, 2026. And yeah, we're going to get into it. So, we're going to talk about what Big Boys actually is. So it's kind of set in a university and covers loads of things, including grief and loss and accepting your true self and things like that. So before I spoil the events of Big Boys season one, here's the trailer.
Hi, I'm Jack. This was me in 2013, a closeted mummy's boy with a newly dead dad and a crap perm. This is my mum, Peggy. She's like a cross between Gwen from Gavin and Stacey and Pam from Gavin and Stacey.
Shannon's going to put Dad's weed grinders in his coffin, so he'll always be high, up in the sky.
But when I got into uni, it was a big deal.
Welcome to the best 3 years of your life, and that's just for your mum.
And that's where I met Danny.
Yes, lad. You got the beers in. What's the POA for tonight, Fresher?
It looks like a take me out contest.
A little bit of Barmaid mix.
Well, I'll keep my night on for him.
Allies, a.k.a. moi. I'm the flipping ally llama. Where you going, Fresher? Jack, are you crying? No. Take a deep breath.
And this lot.
My messaging Leo wants me to come round his for fun.
Nice.
I'm just nervous in case.
Turns out to be a murderer.
Well, what would Yemi do?
It's easy. Throw the pig, choose a tribe, never give out your bank details. Run!
My pills are stopping me from getting the old Jehovah's stiffness.
Are you alright?
Nah, not really.
You've got your whole life ahead of you to live it.
You drank some poppers!
To have a laugh.
I feel wonderful.
Tell me, are you buying drugs?
No, leave it out. Well, yeah, I am actually.
With some nice girls. So that one day, you'll fall in love.
You okay?
I just felt something wet hitting my back.
Jack's got something he wants to tell you, Peg.
Oh, what is it?
Come here.
That was the trailer for Big Boys season one, which from now on, will contain huge spoilers for season one, as you can imagine. So if you don't want to be spoiled and want to see it, watch it. Then it is available in the UK on Channel 4. I don't know. That trailer was actually the Hulu trailer, so it might be on Disney Plus as well. I'm not sure, but could be. So yeah, I'm going to go through each episode individually, try and see what I can remember. But yeah, I did finish it last week, so we'll see. So we start off with Series 1, Episode 1, titled Hello You. With the synopsis, Shy Jack finally leaves his mum for Brent Uni, where he finds a friend in lad's lad, Danny. I should mention that all of Season 1 was first released on the 26th of May 2022. It's a 6-episode season. All the episodes are about 24 minutes long, so not too bad. Yes, kind of this episode is we meet Jack and the actual real-life Jack Rook, who actually wrote this. It's kind of autobiographical a little bit. Kind of is the narrator. So yeah. Then we meet Peggy, played by Camille Coduri, who you might recognise as Jackie Tyler in Doctor Who. Dylan Llewellyn as younger Jack, who you might know from Derry Girls. As well as John Pointing as Danny, who played Jason in Plebs, even though he's not recognisable. So it is, yeah, one of those. But yeah, kind of this episode we're introduced to everyone and all of that. And then we move on to episode 2, titled I Want to Take You to a Gay Bar. Fresh as Jack and Danny try to find their own crowds but get more than they bargain for. So Jack kind of is still trying to figure out what he wants to do with his life and all of that stuff. So it's yeah. some of these episodes are going to be very interesting for me to talk about, as the family-friendly podcast, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, we kind of see more of Jack and Danny as friends and stuff, so yeah, that's kind of it. And Jack goes to a gay bar for the first time, with Danny tagged along. And then we move on to season 1, episode 3, Merrimas, which has Jules, played by Katie Wicks, who you might know as a comedian and an actress. She's in the UK version of Ghosts. She was in Miranda at one point. No, not Miranda. Not Going Out. That's what I was after. As well. So yeah. But back to the synopsis, and Jack and Danny face up to their shortcomings, so they kind of accept that sometimes they don't don't deal with things very well. This is obviously the Christmas episode of the season. So we see kind of how everyone spends Christmas, with Jack being with his whole family and Danny being alone. And his nan only, and we get mentions to his mom, to his dad rather, but we don't see him at all in this season actually. More of that to come, but spoilers. And then we move on to season 1, episode 4, with the synopsis. Jack tries to be more like his dad, and Danny's experiment has very messy results. Obviously in episode 1, well, not obviously if you've not watched it, but we learned that Jack lost his dad 2 years ago, so that's why he didn't go to uni last year, so we deferred it, which is the thing, pushing it back, and he kind of is wanting to be more like him because he misses him and all of that stuff, and then Danny experiments with things. Then we move on to the penultimate episode of season 1, that being season 1, episode 5, titled What a Bummer. With the synopsis, Shannon pushes Peggy to date again. Obviously, Peggy hasn't been dating since she lost her husband. So yes, it's one of those, and we kind of head towards different things, and then the finale, which is kind of the well, it's not as the finale of the season. Season 1, episode 6, titled The Letter. Jack is desperate for Danny to get in touch, and Jack and Peggy's bond is put to the test. So this is each season of Big Boys, there's 3 of them, kind of takes place across a uni year. So that's why, because Danny kind of left in episode 5 without saying goodbye at all. And Jack keeps trying to get in touch with him, but Danny doesn't, until eventually Danny does, and then spends the summer with Jack and Jack's family. So yeah, and then Jack tells his mum that he's gay, and not Jackie, and Peggy kind of proves to Jack that even his dad wanted him, knew even if he wasn't ready to tell them through letters and nice things. So yeah, it is it's a very interesting show. It's a second, as with most of these things that aren't out right now. I'm rewatching them, and the time when I was rewatching, so this kind of was hit very close to home, because I'd lost my dad about 6 months before this release, so it was very interesting. So I don't really remember much of it, and it was only when I was rewatching it for the podcast that I thought that I remembered certain bits, and yeah, I'm trying to remember as much as I can. But yeah, that's kind of it for my recap of Big Boy season 1. So let me know what you thought about it if you watched it. My recap is good, and without further ado, I will see you in the future episode of the podcast. See you then. Goodbye.